Hello everybody and welcome to the stream. As always, my name is Shogun Shin and you are the audience, and it is Saturday for the bonus stream because it is day 3 of the Scorpio Cup Champions meeting in Umamusume Pretty Derby. We successfully made it to round 2 of Group A. So now the challenge is to get to the finals. We have 2 days to attempt this. As you can see, the goal is 3 wins to get to Group A finals, but at the bare minimum, we just need to win 1 so we can make it to Group B finals. Yesterday was a day of experimentation to try and see if we could get a little bit more consistent in our win rates and stuff like that. Day 1 actually went really well, but it was a little risky in running triple late surgers. So yesterday, we decided to try and go for a runaway silent Suzuka and then go double dominator with 2 late surgers instead. Unfortunately, yesterday was pretty rough in the Suzukas that we made yesterday, just because of they were all kind of running out of gas before the late race. So like at the 800 meter mark, all of our Suzukas were kind of just running out of gas, and they weren't getting the stamina recovery that they need in order to finish the race. I have run a few more silent Suzukas today just to try and see if any of them are better, and I think all of them are serviceable, except for maybe, I think this one. This one's probably isn't that great because the stamina and speed are too low. This one is okay. It's fine, but I don't think it's a good enough quality to be like an ace. The one we made actually last night as like a test career when we were out of borrow slots actually has been holding up very strong. And I think it's because of the fact that we have the Ignited Spirit Speed, the Swinging Maestro, and the Moxie to really give us that little extra push that we need. But unfortunately, all of my attempts for different Suzukas have just been so unfortunate. Like, I just can't seem to get to at least 1,000 speed. This one was really close, but I just got really unlucky with speed training. But so I think we're gonna run this Suzuka as our ace. We're gonna run. We'll spend today kind of just dedicating, just seeing if how this works. Obviously, we are in Group A, so the races are gonna be a lot harder. They're gonna be more challenging. So we will see if this will this can handle the pressure. You know, worst case scenario, this has to just serve as a blocker to block the angling scheming from the front runners. Which is fine, because then we can have the late surgers kind of come in and steal, in theory, can steal the win. Best case scenario, we just generate enough of a lead and we just win. So we will see how it works, and we will kind of hope for the best. Yeah. So I think we still rock Simply Rudolph. We're going to do this undefeated Grass Wonder, just because while it doesn't have the best win rate, it is actually doing a lot better in comparison, I feel, compared to Agnes Tachyon. We might switch to Agnes Tachyon just because we do have a little bit, but we'll run through this attempt just to kind of give this Grass Wonder a fair chance. But we will have to see how it all kind of plays out for the most part. Actually, I'm trying to look something. I'm actually gonna go with this Grass Wonder instead. Yeah, we're gonna go actually with this Grass Wonder instead. Just because I keep getting them confused, but it's this one. It's the team player one. Just because we have the Swinging Maestro, the and higher speed, and it's actually a better win rate because we're at least getting in the top 2 in comparison to this one where it's 10, 10, 20. So yeah, but even then, we'll do one more attempt, see how this shapes up against this Agnes Tachyon, just because this Agnes Tachyon does have a pretty decent win rate, but obviously the sample size is going to be a little bit skewed. So this is going to be our team for this first attempt, and we shall see what happens. Once again, need 1 win to get to Group B. 3 wins is what we are aiming for, so we can get to Group A finals. All right, let's see. Simply Rudolph, number 3 favorite. Grass Wonder 5. Suzuka 7. I'm not too worried about that. I am worried about this Mahono Bourbon. If we can block this Mahono Bourbon, that will be best case scenario. So we will see. We'll have to see just how it all shapes up. Clean starts from all of our runners for this race. From what it looks like, we do get an early debuff for our stamina, but that is actually okay because we will get the Swinging Meister. This is actually an instance where the Swinging Meister early is actually kind of nice to have overall. Suzuka currently all the way out in front with the runaway strategy, is currently beating out this Mahono Bourbon, but we do need to keep an eye on this the gap between these two racers. The biggest thing is to make sure Suzuka can outlast, at least pass at the 600-ish meter mark in order once we get into the late race overall. Meanwhile, our late surgers doing actually fairly decent, pretty up in the majority of the pack so far. Grass Wonder currently in 4th with Simply Rudolph currently in 6th. View from the lead is mine is going to activate on Suzuka, who is going to still holding relatively strong, but you can see her starting to run out of gas a little bit. We're already at the 800 meter mark. She just needs to hold out a little bit longer to deny the angling and scheming from the Mahono Bourbon. Dominator comes out from Simply Rudolph. 600 meters left. I don't see an angling and scheming proc, but that is that might actually be okay. Final push from Suzuka does come out, but she's already out of gas, so she is starting to lag behind. Meanwhile, the late surgers are trying to come in from the inside to pass and do something to get ahead, but it looks like none of our late surgers are actually going to end up accelerating. Grass Wonder tries to activate. Where there's a will, there's a way, but I think it's going to be a little too late. Once again, our runners just not accelerating to the point that they need, and shockingly, no angling and scheming proc from Suzuka. Shocking, actually. Grass Wonder coming in 3rd, not bad, but still can't help. Still wasn't able to beat out on the Mahono Bourbon, unfortunately. I honestly don't know. Yeah, it's still like just a mystery. I think it's just a wit thing where it's like, it is also really frustrating because like in all my testing, like Simply Rudolph and Grass Wonder did fine. They were placing very well. They were even winning races on several occasions. But like it's now when we come into the actual races, it's like that. It's happening for whatever reason, and I don't know why. Like, I just don't get it. Alright. So, 4, 6, 8. Okay. Well, the good news is, at the very least, Suzuka is doing actually a very good job at blocking the front runners from denying the angling scheming, which is really good. Obviously, against the Mahono Bourbon, it was rough. I'm not too upset by it. I'm just happy that at the bare minimum, this Suzuka is actually able to stay in the front and not burn out immediately, or burn out before the late race. So that is actually really, really good at the very least. So I am happy about that. Now, as far as this race goes, once again, Suzuka is still doing very well in keeping her lead. Ignited Spirit Speed does end up activating, as well as the Moxie earlier on to give her a little bit extra gas in the tank. View from the lead is going to also end up activating at the 1,000 meter. Very decent lead still overall, but she is starting to slow down just a little bit while everyone else does get the Professor Curvatures to activate. 800 meters left. The front runners, Marozensky is starting to catch up, but we have already entered the late race. 600 meters. Final push does end up activating, but the pace chasers are starting to to accelerate and start to come up. Meanwhile, our late surgers seem Grass in the form of Grass Wonder is starting to come from the outside with Simply Rudolph on the inside, but Rudolph is going to be blocked. Dominator does end up coming out. Simply Rudolph is lagging behind as well, as both of our late surgers are actually lagging behind, and it looks like once again this will be a race that we are not going to win. Unfortunate. 6, 7, 8, man. Once again, I just, like, it's so frustrating that, like, we were doing so well in testing. Like, we were doing so well. And now it's like, we're choking. Like, we're genuinely just choking. And it's so aggravating of, like, why is it in testing everything was fine, but now we get to the actual race, I'm not getting skill procs. It's also really upsetting that, okay, I was gonna say, it's like, am I gonna get an S, have to fight like an S rank in every single one of my races? Because that would also really suck. Alright, clean start from all of our runners, which is good. There is a Suzuka mirror match for this race. So this will actually be really interesting to see how our Suzuka can handle the mirror match. There was a little bit of a spot struggle early on, but it does look like, at least for now, our Suzuka is going to be the one that is going to lead this race. 1,400 meters left overall. The late surgers currently in 8th and 9th place. Not the greatest position, but you can see at the top of the screen that a lot of the runners are pretty spread out. Simply Rudolph actually able to make it into 6th, get ahead just a little bit to try and position herself a little bit better. Suzuka at the 1,000 meter mark does end up activating View from the lead, as well as the Ignited Spirit Speed, currently still in first place, holding decently strong. She just needs to hold out a little bit more to deny the angling and scheming. Meanwhile, Saiyan Sky coming in from the inside is going to try and pass her and unfortunately get the angling and scheming, but Grass Wonder does activate the Dominator, but will it be enough? Angling scheming on Saiyan Sky is so unbelievably powerful, and it looks like that Saiyan Sky is going to just take off and run away with this race, but the late surgers are starting to activate and have actually decided to accelerate to a very decent degree, but will it be enough? Simply Rudolph trying to hold strong and come in on the inside to make something happen straight away. Kirby does end up activating to give a little bit of extra gas, but it's just not enough. The Saiyan Sky is too far ahead, and unfortunately Simply Rudolph's best attempt, she comes in 3rd. Just short that spot struggle. Damn. Yeah. Unfortunately, the other Suzuka with the spot struggle is our undoing, and there's nothing around. There's no way to get around that. Like, that is just what it is, unfortunately. Yeah, we can skip through these races. If we win, that's cool, but this won't get us to Group A finals. 6-9, damn. Dude, another S rank, man. Didn't win, but like even still. Fuck, I feel like I'm gonna have to fight an S rank in almost every single one of my races, and that really sucks.
金婚一番気合を入れていくぞ
4番人気7番 次へ総ダッシュを見せた。
まだまだ精進せねばですね。
I'm so close. S plus and S. God damn it, man. Yeah, it's like I can't. And like this is a wit. It's just another wit thing, man. It's so annoying. It's so fucking annoying. God damn it, man.
ありがとうございました。
This Champions Meet really is just a wit game, and that is aggravating, actually.
出走登録する馬娘を3人プラスワンダー
Okay.
参ります。
So
アグ
I'm
ネ
gonna
スパテ
switch
ィオンの
back to this
スコー
Agnes
ピオン杯
Pod.
大きな大会。一致団結していこう。
Dude, I'm gonna fight an S rank in every single one of my fucking races.
足もさあゲートが開いた。
Okay.
各馬娘揃って
So once
綺麗
again,
なスタートを
another
切りました。
mirror match with a Silent Suzuka. This Silent Suzuka, or the mirror match is going to be much better than ours, so I don't know how well we will be able to fare against this other Suzuka, but we will see. We will just have to see. Currently, we are going to be struggling a little bit in the front. We were able to get the lead a little bit briefly, but our Suzuka doing a very, doing her damnedest in order to try and block this, try to get in front of the Suzuka, but it looks like our attempts are not faring all too well. Meanwhile, our late surgers holding strong in the back overall. Simply Rudolph currently in 9th place, not the greatest position, and is actually trailing behind rather hard, but Agnes Tachyon currently in 7th and is catching up to the middle of the pack from what it looks like. Looks like, unfortunately, Suzuka at the late race here is not going to have enough gas in the tank and is going to suffer very gravely. But will our lasers be able to catch up in time and accelerate to catch up to the lead? Both of our dominators have come out. Agnes Tachyon on the outside is going to end up dueling, trying to accelerate and do something and make some magic happen, but it looks like nothing is going to be coming out of it. And unfortunately, Agnes Tachyon comes in 3rd. Once again, 3rd place is our best performance. Gee, Amazon end closer. Maybe I should have done end closer. Maybe I should switch to end closer. I don't know.
負けない。
4-7,
6番
4-6-7.
人気は7番。次。さあ、ゲートが開いた。
Alright, unfortunate late start from Simply Rudolph at the start of this race, but not the worst thing to have happen, especially as a late surger. Once again, we are dealing with a Silent Suzuka mirror match, and so we will have to spot struggle for this race, and I don't think we will be able to make anything happen as far as front running goes for this race. Meanwhile, we look at the 1400 meter mark. We look at our two late surgers currently in 6th and 7th. Not the worst placement in the world, but at the same time, they are fairly behind in this race. You can see all the runners fairly spread out. But Agnes Tachyon right behind to take the shuttle. Hopefully, she can use her as a launch pad to help close the distance. 1,000 meters left. Suzuka's currently holding strong. View from the lead. His mind is actually going to activate to give her a little bit of extra edge and is holding the lead, surprisingly, at the 800-meter mark. She just needs to last a few more 100 meters to get the angling and scheming to go off and deny it. Once again, angling scheming, though, not going to go off again, unfortunately. But the pace chasers are here. With a Taiki Shoto currently blasting ahead. Go with the flow, straight away recovery from Simply Rudolph, along with the Dominator. Agnes Tachyon trying to accelerate and catch up. Currently in third, is right behind the Marzensky, but it looks like she's not going to be able to do anything else. And once again, Agnes Tachyon going to be coming in third place. Collecting bronzes today. Yeah, this champions meet was definitely like a wit thing, and I'm actually really upset by that. Yeah, that really is just kind of upsetting that wit is actually what you wanted to level. Power be damned. Wit is what you wanted. You want wit. You actually didn't want power. You wanted wit. And that's actually kind of upsetting.
さあ実験開始だよ
7番人気は2番あいにくスタートです
Alright. Late start from Silent Suzuka is going to actually be really unfortunate for us, but I believe we do have a focus in order to try and alleviate that. But the real question is, will we be able to actually get ahead and be able to get into the front in order to lead this pack? What it looks like early on, it doesn't look like we will be able to do that, unfortunately. But we did, and we also were going to get rushed from Suzuka as well, so that is going to be even more of a stamina drain. So it looks like, unfortunately, that late start going to be real detrimental for our overall performance for the runaway Suzuka strategy in this race. Suzuka trying to do her best, 1,000 meters, but currently in third. But it doesn't look like she can. It doesn't look like she's able to catch up to the Marzenskis, and because she's trying so hard, she has already run out of gas. You can see her starting to lag behind and is not able to catch up or block the other front runners. 600 meters left. Go with the flow from Simply Rudolph does end up activating along with the Professor Curvature from Agnes Tachyon. One Dominator from Tachyon does end up coming out. Professor Curvature from Simply Rudolph. There's 400 meters left, but the front runners are way too far ahead, and the pace chasers have already activated. Our late surgers are not coming online, and they cannot accelerate fast enough in order to get to this, in order to catch up to the pack, and unfortunately, that is going to be a disappointing finish for us in this race. Get shut out. And at this rate, I may not even qualify to Group B. Ew. Oh man. All right, 8 late surgers. We are the only front runner in this race. It's a front runner and 8 late surgers. Simply Rudolph comes out of the gate with a late start. Not great to see, but it is fine for the most part. Meanwhile, Silent Suzuka being the sole front runner in this race. Will it be enough to hold this lead and before any of the late surgers end up catching us? You can see at the top right now, the pack is fairly far away, with currently Simply Rudolph in 8th, with Agnes Tachyon in a comfortable 4th place. But she is having to fight for her position on the inside, and she does run the risk of getting devoured by the pack. We cross the 1,000 meter mark right now. Silent Suzuka does end up activating. View from the lead is mine. And Agnes Takyon's going to actually activate her own unique to get a little bit of extra stamina as well. You can see the pack is starting to catch up to Suzuka, our 800 meters, but she just has to hold out just a little bit longer to hopefully try and get the angling and scheming. Final push gives her a little bit of extra. Angling scheming does end up activating, but will it be enough? The pack is already on top of Suzuka, and everyone else is also starting to accelerate, but you can see Simply Rudolph coming in with Ember's Divine Might. She's coming from 3rd to 2nd. She's dueling up for 1st. She's already accelerated into the lead. Suzuka's dropped off. So this is a battle of the late surgers. Will Simply Rudolph be able to hold strong, or Measure Orion be able to take the lead and steal it away from her? Measure Orion is already coming into the lead. Simply Rudolph is right behind. Simply Rudolph trying to catch up, but no! Unfortunately, Simply Rudolph just not able to hold on enough, and the best attempt is going to be 2nd place. So unfortunate. Ugh. So unbelievably unfortunate, truly. Dang, man. Dang. Man, this is brutal. This is attempt. I think this is attempt 2. I think I'll give this Suzuka attempt like 3 attempts, and then I'm going back to Triple Dominator because this is obviously not working out, and it's really unfortunate, honestly, overall. Actually, I don't need to watch this. I don't need to watch this. Yeah, looks like a 9th.
研究に終わりはないよ、モルモット君。
Big ouch.
出走登録するはい。サイレンス鈴鹿です。決定すると次のエントリーまで変更できないので。
Again.
一致団結していこう。6番人気6番
Alright, another late start from Simply Rudolph. Brutal to have it happen again. God, you hate to see it, all honesty. That being said, currently 3 Silent Suzukas in this race. I didn't even realize. It looks like I don't think we're at all going to be winning this mirror match, unfortunately. So that is going to be unfortunate to see. We're gonna have to put all of our hopes on our late surgers, but you can see our late surgers are very far back, with everyone else really spread out for this race. 1200 meters, Moxie from Silent Suzuka does give her a little bit of extra stamina. And you can see the Marzensky front runners currently very spread out, with Agnes Tachyon in 7th, not too far behind. but as again you can see at the top here, a lot of the pace chasers are very spread out, and the gap between us and the lead is actually quite far. 1,000 meters left overall. We round the final corner, and Silent Suzuka trying to get the ignited speed to do something, but she is, I think, going to be running out of gas here. One Dominator from Tachyon does come out. Sets her curvature to give a little bit of extra speed, and Tachyon is starting to accelerate, but will it be enough? 1.5 million CCs. Simply Rudolph, Emperor's Divine Might does end up activating as well with the Nimble Navigator from Tachyon, still trying to duel it out and catch up to make something happen. Suzuka actually holding strong in second place, but is going to lose out to this Maruzensky, and it looks like we take the second and third places. Still not enough to win, though. Where are people getting this bit from? Really? Yeah, like seriously, where are people getting all this wit from? 605 wit? Like, where are you getting this from? How? Like, just how? How are you getting all this wit? I don't understand.
さあ実験開始だよ
I must be just resting too much. Like, I have to just be resting too much. I need to just, maybe I just need to spam wit. Like, instead of resting, just spam wit. Fuck it.
3番人気は
足元さあゲートが開いた
Alright, I see another Silent Suzuka, so we are going to be doing another mirror match for this race. Oh, that's an unfortunate thing to see. Spot struggle and getting rushed again. Really going to be taxing our Suzuka's stamina. We do have the Swinging Maestro to alleviate that, but both of those conditions on us is going to honestly kind of spells the doom for our front-running attempts here. We will try to hope for the best. Moxie does give us a little bit of extra stamina, 1,200 meters, and we can see the mirror match Suzuka actually trailing behind decently, but they are starting to ramp up a little bit and trying to catch up. View from the lead from Suzuka at the 1,000 meter mark does try to give us a little bit of extra speed, but it doesn't look like it's going to make that big of a difference. It really is going to be a question of can our Suzuka outlast long enough in order to get the angling and scheming to go off. Angling and scheming final push does end up going off though, so that's good. 600 meters left in this race itself. Dominated from Tachyon does end up coming out, but the pace chasers have activated. The late surgers trying to catch up have also started to accelerate. Simply Rudolph activates. Behold Dyneper's Divine Might going in currently in 5th and 6th for our late surgers, trying to catch up to the pace chasers, but will it be enough for us to do anything? It looks like we are not going to be able to accelerate properly, and unfortunately, we are not gonna make it. Damn. Just straight up damn. How did I lose out on 401 wit? How? Just how? Dude, I think it's just... Maybe I should have done pace chasers. I should have done triple dominator pace chasers instead. Maybe that's where I went wrong. Because again, we're accelerating way too late, and it's like, okay, I wonder if pace chasing actually would have been a better idea in hindsight. At this point, I don't know if I can make any aces to combat that. It might be too little too late. But currently, the attempts are going incredibly poorly.
今スタートが切られました。各馬娘綺麗なスタートを切りました。
Alright, I don't see any other front runners in this race, but unfortunately Suzuka going to get rushed. Not really sure why she would, honestly. She's the only front runner in this race. Maybe she's trying to compensate for her poor performance in all the previous races. She's kind of, I think Suzuka's got something she wants to try and prove, but it's currently backfiring on her right now. Meanwhile, 1,400 meters left overall. Slipstream and late surge of straightaways does end up activating for Agnes Tachyon, but she is currently in the back of the pack right now. 1,200 meters left. 1.5 million CCs activating kind of early for Agnes Tachyon, but that does kind of put her right next to Simply Rudolph in 6th, 8th place overall. View from the lead from Suzuka in the last 1,000 meters is going to activate as per usual, but you do see another Agnes Tachyon right behind, hot on Suzuka's heels. Position tilt from ours is trying to give us a little bit of extra speed, but unfortunately Agnes Tachyon passes Suzuka on the final corner, so we are actually denied our own angling and scheming. But will our late surges actually be able to do anything else to make a comeback? Dominator from Agnes Tachyon does end up coming out. Simply Rudolph currently in 3rd place, activates Divine Might, but will it be enough? Go with the flow does also end up activating to give a little bit of extra acceleration and speed, but she's got to fight the other pace chasers, and she is on the outside. There's only 200 meters left, and Simply Rudolph is holding on to a very strong performance and is able to come in, I think, 2nd place, but it's still just not enough to get into the lead and give us a win. We are struggling with today. Today is just an absolute disaster. A lot of front runners on this one. We are Agnes Tachyon on the 3rd favorite though. From the glance that I saw. Oh, actually we've lost 3. Again. Collecting bronzes today. We are collecting bronzes today. Today seems like I'm losing to a lot of pace chasers. So, yeah, maybe I should have gone triple dominator pace chaser. Maybe I'll try to do that and see maybe day 2 will be any better. Honestly, I think after this attempt I think I'm done with the Silent Suzuka strategy. It's just not. It's really not working out. Like it's really just not working. Second, 3rd. So very cap late surger. Feel like I definitely should not have lost. Especially with these, like, there's no reason for me to have lost that, honestly. Ouch. Got one more attempt left. I think I'm done with the Suzuka. I think I'm done with it. Which one was my this one. Switch to this. We're going back to what we were doing originally. Six, seven, and eight favorite. Ouch. Big ouch.
あいにくの雨がしばスタートです。各馬娘綺麗なスタートを切りました。
Alright, late start from Simply Rudolph again. You're getting a lot of late starts from Simply Rudolph today. Really unfortunate to see, honestly, overall. It's really, really upsetting that we are having to, we're struggling with those late starts today. 1600 meters, we have entered the mid-race section of the race. We get ramp up from two of our runners. Agnes Tachyon as a pace chaser, currently in 5th place, is going to be trailing behind the other pace chaser currently, so that's not the worst thing in the world. Meanwhile, our two late surgers in the back of the pack, holding relatively strong, but we do have a mean nature currently holding down the fort and is going to be taxing us a fair bit, so that is going to be a hurdle that we are going to have to try and cross over. Meanwhile, Simply Rudolph Professor Curvature, along with the tail held high, does end up activating. Slipstream from Grass Wonder and our own Curvature is going to give us a little bit of extra speed as we enter the late race here. Prepared to pass, ends up activating Agnes Tachyon, currently in 6th place, and she is accelerating to a fair degree, but it doesn't look like it's quite enough. Dominator, double Dominator, currently activating, will try to give us a little bit extra. We get the triple, but will it be enough for our late surgers or our pace chasers to actually be able to accelerate and catch up? Grass Wonder currently accelerating to a pretty decent degree, but they are all together, and it looks like the pack is just too far ahead. Unfortunately, still not enough to get ahead. 5th, 6th, and 7th place is what we will be coming in for this race, and that is a really unfortunate thing to see, honestly. Brutal. Absolutely brutal.
皆さん、行きましょう。
Not gonna lie, I'm a bit at a loss here. I'm not sure what to do for tomorrow, honestly. I'm really at a loss as to like what we can do to improve, and I really don't know. I'm really unsure as to what we can actually do. I'm like racking my brain as we watch these races. I can't think of anything that is going to actually help us in this scenario, and it's really upsetting. I think the only thing I can think of that maybe could help us is to maybe try and like maybe just try to make maybe Grass Wonder or Simply Rudolph into a pace chasers as well, just so that way we have maybe we run two pace chasers and one late surger. We still run the triple Dominator, but I think that might help us. But I think also it's just like, okay, maybe we also just try to run better careers and just focus harder on wit. It feels like we're definitely just losing out on the wit game because we're not getting our skills to activate. So maybe that's the simplest thing, is just like run more careers and hope that we get higher wit to try and get our skills to activate. But I really just don't know, because we're not winning races, and the people that we're losing to are kind of like all over the place. Agnes Tachyon currently in 3rd place. Double Dominator from our two late surgers is going to end up activating. Where There's a Will from Grass Wonder does end up activating as well. Agnes Tachyon still currently in third, but we do have Grass Wonder coming in the middle, trying to make something happen. Agnes Tachyon doesn't look like she's going to be able to accelerate any further, and it looks like once again we are collecting more bronze medals. Oh man, today is the Bronze Day is where we're at today. God, man, brutal, absolutely brutal, man. Once again, we run the problem of we can't catch up to the, we can't catch the front runners, man. Just cannot catch the front runners. Yeah, I think we just need to, I just need to run more. I think I just need higher wit. Like, again, that's like the only solution that I can really come up with. Everything else is, I think on paper is fine. It's just, we're not getting skills, and it's just like really upsetting. Like, I think that's the most consistent trend that I'm seeing in why we lose is that like all the people that we run against have just much higher wit than we do, and like, yeah, I knew going into this that's like, oh yeah, I need 500 600 wit, but we're losing to people with like 700 800 wit, and it's like, fuck me, I didn't realize I needed that much. I didn't realize it was that high, which is really, and that's, I think, what upsets me the most is that, like, I feel like I was partially misinformed in that, like, all the guides that I saw were like, yeah, you need to get speed, you need power. Wit is like a third stat that you need to focus on, but it's mostly speed and power. And I'm like, okay, we'll focus on those. And all the people that I'm losing against are like speed and wit, and then power is a third thing. And I'm like, god damn it. This game is so hard, I can't score higher than a B+. I only have Rice. Hey, dude, it's rough. It's brutal. Like, it's so brutal. You could have every card under the sun, and like, you could even that, it's like you could get completely shafted in trading, and it's like so awful. Alright, this race is shaping up to be actually fairly interesting. The pack is very congested and all together, so all three of our runners have a very good shot at blasting off into the lead. We enter the late race. Go with the flow does end up activating for Simply Rudolph. Shooting for victory for Agnes Tachyon is going to give us actually a pretty good amount of speed along with the all I've got. Where there's a will, there's a way. Activates for Grass Wonder, but will it be enough to make a difference? Currently, Agnes Tachyon, I think, in the lead, but only by a small margin. No stopping me, and Homestretch as ace behind the whole die, and for the Might does end up actually Simply Rudolph coming in from the outside, and she is actually accelerating to a very large degree. Will this be the race we win? It is! Oh my god! We finally won a race today! It won't be a complete shutout. We actually are able to make it to Group B finals at the bare minimum. Holy Christ. All hope is not lost. We will be making it to the final rounds in Group B at the bare minimum. But we got very lucky. We got so lucky. We got paired in a lobby where we are... We got paired in a similar level lobby, actually. Not good enough to be in Group A, but too shit to be in Group A, but too powerful to be in Group B. We're in this weird purgatory, truly. Alright, well, that's one win, so we do make it to Group B finals, so there's at least that silver lining. Can we get the reverse sweep? I don't think so, but hey, it's possible. It's entirely possible. Never back down, never what? Alright, Agnes Tachyon, I think, was the third favorite. She does get a late start, so that's really awesome to see. Unfortunate especially because she is going to be a pace chaser, so that is going to hurt us a little bit, but it shouldn't be the worst thing to have happen. There is no front runner in this race, so keep that in mind. And so we do have an Oguri Cap, who is going to be our pseudo front runner and is going to be the one setting this pace. I think what we are probably going to end up seeing is we're going to see a very similar repeat of our last race, where the pack, because the pace is so much slower, the pack is going to be pretty condensed, and so our late surgers are going to have a pretty fair shake at actually being able to close the distance and make something happen. As we get closer and closer to the late stage, 800 meters left, Agnes Tachyon currently in third, but is getting swallowed by the pack. Meanwhile, Rudolph currently in ninth, Grass Wonder in eighth. Our late surgers are right behind, but getting into the lead is not that far off. Agnes Tachyon does get the shooting of victory to give her a little bit more acceleration, which is what we want. All I've got to get a little bit extra. Double Dominator from our late surgers does end up coming out, and Agnes Tachyon is slowly starting to catch up and actually entering into the lead, but you do have a bunch of the other late surgers coming on the outside. You are accelerating at a much higher rate. I don't know where our late surgers are. They're all the way in the back. Once again, not getting anything to activate. Both our late surgers just choking at the end here. Brutal, man. Today is brutal. Alright, this is the final race of the night. Unfortunately, we don't make it to Group A, even with this win. But hey, you know, we made it to Group B, and we have tomorrow to try again, so we'll see. 5, 7, 8, man. Rough. Double S's, man. I think there were only like 4 races where I didn't have an S or an S+. Like, which is kind of insane. Ouch. One win out of 20 races. That's pretty bad. Like, that's pretty fucking bad. That is actually brutal. That's really bad. Like, that's pretty embarrassing. We fell hard from grace. From what it looks like. We fell real hard from grace. To go from a 45% win rate day 1, and then day 2 go to what, 25? Yeah, 25%. And now day 3 we have a 5% win rate. 5%. That is so unfortunate. Like, we dropped off hard. Yeah, I don't know what to do. I'm kind of at a loss here. I think the only thing I can think of is really just wit. Like, we just have to bring this up. 435, Simply Rudolph at 393, 441, 541 from Grass Wonder is like our best chance, but even then, that's still not enough. Like, yeah, I think we just have to bring our wit up. I think that's the cold hard truth of it all. And we'll try again tomorrow. But on that note, guys, that is it for me tonight. Thank you so much for coming out to the stream. Obviously, this is short because I don't normally stream on the weekends. But we'll be back tomorrow for day 4. We'll try to get Group A finals, but at the very least, we got Group B, so that's good. But we'll try Group B finals for Group A finals again for tomorrow. I'm gonna try and run some extra careers, see if we can make something happen. But right now, it's not looking good. It's looking pretty grim. But as always, though, my name is Shogun Shin. You are the audience, and I will see you guys next time.